Welcome to Module 3, Manifesting Your Happily Ever After, Section B. You've already completed your vision board and you have begun the process of daily visualizing those things in your mind, the things on your vision board in your mind, and experiencing the emotions and having that vibrational frequency exit your body and go out into the world and pull back the thing that you are so excited to have. And so for this next section, what you're going to do is you're going to state your vision aloud to your spouse and to yourself on a daily basis. We state our vision aloud to our spouse. We state it as if it's already true. So it may seem far-fetched when you first begin the process of stating your vision aloud to your spouse. And it may seem a little bit fake, almost, like, especially if you've recently been dealing with some challenges that are quite heavy. But I believe in you, and I believe that you will find a way to state these beautiful manifesting visions for your relationship aloud to your spouse. I believe in you. You will find a way. And you may find it to tweak the words a little bit, and especially in certain circumstances when you find yourself stating them aloud. But you will find a way to state these things aloud. So for instance, when I was really struggling with my spouse, and I felt very unsupported by him, and I found that I was stating aloud to my spouse previously that I felt unsupported by him in the negative. So when we would get in a disagreement or an argument, I would state that I felt unsupported by him. And I would say, you don't support me. You don't stand for my vision. We are not on the same page. This isn't working. I wanted to get a divorce. I would say stuff like that. Very unpleasant, very unbecoming. So I realized that was actually bringing more of what I didn't want in my relationship to me. So when I reframed it and decided that I was going to state the true thing that I actually wanted, not the thing I didn't want, I started to say, I love how supportive you are of me and my vision for my happiness farm. I love how supportive you are of me and the kids and spend so much time together with us. I love how you love spending time with us and enjoying big adventures and little adventures on a routine basis, and how attentive you are as a father. I would just reword these things on a daily basis, and I would state them as if they were already true, even though I did not feel that they were true at the time when I stated them. So sometimes it felt very far-fetched, and it was hard for me to get those words out of myself. But if I visualized them happening, like I was discussing to you in the last section about having it on your vision board, if I continued to visualize those things, it put me into a much more positive mindset. And so it was a little easier to sneak out those things that felt so fake before, because obviously my husband is not supportive of me, right? Obviously he doesn't want to spend the time with me, and he doesn't support me in my vision. But as I began to find ways to state the opposite of that, which was he does support me in my vision, I was extremely successful. I found the most amazing evidence that my husband actually did support me, that he did help me with my vision, and he was on my side. Even though I had said it so many times before that he wasn't on my side, he did not support me in my vision, I found out the exact opposite of that was actually true. So for this assignment for this week, what you're going to do is once per day, you're going to state aloud the thing that may not seem real but is on your vision board as if it's already true. And state it in the present tense, it's as if it's already true. And when he hears it, at first he might be like, you think that? I thought you thought the opposite of that. But ignore that. Pretend that doesn't happen for him. Even if he does say something, you're like, actually, no, it is true. I was just misinformed. I was not seeing the truth of it underneath the surface. And now I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing that clearly you are this guy that I love so much, or you are this girl that I love so much, and that has been doing all these amazing things for me and does support me, or whatever it is that your vision is that hasn't always felt true. And then throughout the week, as you do find evidence that the thing that you're manifesting is already true, even if it's just in little teeny baby ways. We'll state those aloud. Every time I found that my husband was supporting me in my vision, which was he supported me financially quite a bit. So every time that I had to go to Home Depot, for instance, and I had to purchase goods for the happiness farm, often I would have to get him to more money to the Home Depot card or transfer money for me, and I would call him up and he would do it for me. And I always sound super excited about it, but I began to say thank you so much, and wow, you're so supportive of me. I really appreciate that about you. Then suddenly he became excited because he realized that he was being this amazing guy for me. And at the same time as I realized that he was being this amazing guy for me, he realized it simultaneously. I expressed, as soon as I found evidence of it, I would state the gratitude. So sometimes those things went hand in hand at the same time. Sometimes I would say, I love how great of a husband you are because you're so supportive of me in my dreams. And then I'd say, look how supportive of my dreams because you quickly paid this Home Depot bill, and you helped me with the kids while I'm going to the farm to work on it, and you helped me with my employees, and I just had all kinds of evidence that he was supporting me. But before that, I didn't notice any of the evidence. So I'm thinking that because you're a student of mine here in this class, that maybe there are often times where you don't notice the things that your spouse is already doing for you that are beautiful. And sometimes when we don't notice those things, we manifest more of the negative. So if there was a time when he did complain about the fact that he had to pay all these bills, which he did complain quite a bit, and that's the reason why I thought he was unsupportive, I would just reframe it and be like, well, thank you so much for being supportive of me. Anyways, I love that you're supportive of me anyways. And so it's really miraculous, honestly, because it changes your whole mindset and your whole viewpoint on your relationship, which you had previously seen as being this negative thing. So for your assignment this week, I want you to write down these beautiful manifesting visions that you have in your marriage and to state them aloud as if they're already true on a daily basis. If you miss a day, that's okay. Just try to do it the next day. Just try to keep it in the forefront of your mind. Write it on a piece of paper, put it on a sticky note. You could even text it to him. Like there's ways of doing it with a little note or text and then just stating these beautiful gratitudes in conjunction at the same time as stating your beautiful vision for your relationship as if it's already true. And that's your assignment for this week. And I can't wait to see you next week and post any victories and beautiful successes that you have on our amazing Facebook group. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next week.